Welcome back to Inside Hollywood. Since the beginning of Chrisley's Best, Chloe, Todd, and Julie, Chrisley's granddaughter, have all made appearances. Fans have wondered where she is as she does not appear in the current season. Several years ago, Chloe's parents, Kyle and Angela Johnson, could not care for her, so Todd and Julie were given sole custody of her. Usually, the youngster participates in fun activities, but she no longer does. Todd is usually referred to as Todd by Chloe. According to insider Todd and Julie Chrisley, who put on a pleasant front for their reality television program, have been found guilty of bank fraud and tax evasion. Since Chloe hasn't appeared on Chrisley's Best in a while, viewers are worried about her whereabouts. In November 2021, Kyle shared an Instagram picture of them reconciling as father and daughter. Despite this, viewers are interested in Chloe's whereabouts due to Todd and Julie Chrisley's conviction for tax evasion and bank fraud. As much as I love the Chrisley family and their program, I'm worried about Chloe and Grayson. The pair was given full custody of the 9-year-old when she was 2. The elder children will have to step up for Chloe and Grayson, Todd, and Julie's son, who requires strong role models if Todd and Julie are both jailed for tax evasion and fraud. Chrisley is the best person to ask what happened to Chloe because, as the list claims, there is still a legal dispute involving the Chrisley family that prevents Chloe from appearing in the most recent season of Chrisley's Best. According to reports, Kyle, her father, has been raising her since November 2021. Previously, Chloe was fired from the show in 2016, purportedly because Kyle wanted to pay her for her performances. Todd then decided it would be best to shoot without her. He began conducting online surveillance. Ultimately, we had to act in Chloe's best interests. By 2021, Kyle and Todd were no longer at odds, and he praised his father for supporting him during his drug addiction. The Life and Style magazine claims that Kyle, Todd, and Julie are still good friends. The most recent information about Chloe was a photo of the child using a phone that Todd posted on his Instagram in November 2021. He loves her more than everything in the world, including the moon. The Associated Press reported that federal accusations against Todd and Julie Chrisley, including bank fraud and tax evasion, resulted in their conviction. After several weeks of testimony from the prosecution and witnesses, Todd and Julie Chrisley were found guilty. The guilty verdict was rendered on June 7, 2022. In August 2019, Todd and Julie Chrisley were charged 12 charges, including wire fraud. Despite entering a not guilty plea, the two were re-indicted in February 2022. According to the Atlanta office of U.S. Attorney Ryan Buchanan, the Associated Press said that Todd and Julie were found guilty of conspiring to defraud community banks out of more than $30 million in phony loans. In addition, they were found guilty of tax evasion and tax fraud, while Julie Chrisley was found guilty of wire fraud and obstructing justice. The lawyer for Bruce Morris, Todd Chrisley, declared that he would appeal the decision because he was unhappy with it. Chloe Chrisley's guardians, Todd and Julie Chrisley, have not provided the public any court updates since the guilty finding. Despite not being Chloe Chrisley's biological parents, the court gave Todd and Julie Chrisley full custody of the child in 2014. After Kyle Chrisley, Todd's son, experienced a mental breakdown that put Chloe at risk, this happened. Shortly later, Chloe missed an episode of Chrisley's Best due to the ongoing legal drama. Chloe was prevented from participating in the program, although there was no court injunction. Kyle requested remuneration for her performances, and when the network refused, she threatened to sue them. Todd then decided it would be best to shoot without her. Chloe Chrisley is proud of her mixed heritage, and Todd Chrisley, the grandfather of a biracial kid, believed it was time to start a discussion about race in America after Minneapolis police officers killed George Floyd. His appearance on the Chrisley Confessions podcast with Julie Chrisley and Chloe Chrisley was publicized on Instagram. Todd talked about what he was doing as a grandfather to prepare Chloe for the world during the program. He stated through individuals that Chloe is 7 years old and must be included in these discussions at that age. She must realize that she is viewed as a black girl in this nation and worldwide. He claimed that having Chloe made him more knowledgeable about silent racism, which was a valuable learning experience. Chloe also spoke to the crowd, explaining that she had been contacted. "I appreciate how God created me despite having a black mother and a white father. Although Chloe Chrisley is the grandchild of Todd and Julie Chrisley, normal Chrisley knows best that viewers are aware that she does not address them as such. This is why she calls them Todd and Julie. Todd revealed that Chloe sometimes calls me dad and other times calls me papa in an interview with the Tennessean. The Chrisleys didn't make Chloe call Julie Mimi or mama. They didn't even hint it was appropriate. In Todd's opinion, those endearment phrases came to her naturally. They advised us not to correct it through our child psychologist. Instead, he encouraged her to develop her rhythm and communicate with us on her terms. Todd Chrisley views having Chloe Chrisley in his life as a blessing. Chloe Chrisley was born under unusual circumstances, including that her birth father was absent when she was conceived and run, and that, according to Chloe's mother, he was abusive to her. On the other hand, Todd Chrisley grew to love Chloe and become a better person. Kyle Chrisley once asserted that Todd Chrisley hired Chloe Chrisley to increase ratings. Kyle Chrisley, Chloe Chrisley's father, once accused Todd Chrisley of using his daughter for his advantage, even though Chloe Chrisley seemed to have a happy and healthy home life. In a now famous interview on the Daily Mail, he explained that this was true up to the show, and until it was mentioned that having a mixed-race child would be appropriate for the demographics. Until then, he didn't want to see her. Todd didn't even want to talk to her, according to Kyle. Kyle recovered and apologized in a 2019 Facebook post. To everyone's relief, he acknowledged that everything I claimed in my interview was false and thanked his father for forgiving him. Julie and Todd Chrisley once more protected Chloe Chrisley. Chloe Chrisley has unfortunately been the target of racist social media insults, and Julie Chrisley is tired of it. As a result of his and Julie's experience, Todd Chrisley is also committed to speaking up for Chloe. I realize that, as a white couple in America, Chloe was the first time we had to deal with racism, and we have been fortunate not to have that added strain on our personal lives. He declared that the Chrisleys would continue to speak against racism, utilizing their fame and influence. Guys, that's all for today. If you want to see similar videos, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Press the bell icon so that you can catch all upcoming videos.